it is Coach Kelsey and welcome to Shred 20. That's what we're calling this. 20 minutes of working out with light to little or no equipment. It's going to be a great way to just get our bodies moving, especially during these summer months. It's 20 minutes, and in order to get to only 20 minutes, we're going to have a quick warm-up. All you're going to need today is a light set of dumbbells if you've got those. If you have a Pilates ball or something that you'll be able to squeeze in between your legs later on, go ahead and grab that. We can talk through that as we get to that point as well. Maybe using a pillow or something similar to that, but that's about it. But in order to get started, we're going to do our warm-up. Just give me some arm circles forward, nice and big, and then backwards. Nice. I like to do little ones as well, so go ahead and just give some nice smaller arm circles forward and then backwards. Good job. Keep that core nice and engaged, nice and tight as you're doing this. Our next move, we're going to do a plie squat with a pulse. So think of a sumo squat. Our toes are pointed out, our hips are a little bit wider, and we're just going to squat down and then up, and then let's pulse it out for 3. And then up, down, and pulse. Getting the lower body nice and warm. Pulse. Very nice. Down and pulse. Good job. Pulse. And up. Give me one more. Squat down and pulse. Good. All right. That's all we're doing for a warm-up today. If you need some extra time to get your body nice and warm, go ahead and hit pause and do some extra warm-up, but otherwise we're gonna jump right into it. We're starting with a lower body set, working for 30 seconds with a 20-second rest. I will walk us through each move as we're going, but to get started, no equipment needed. We're going to be doing a plie squat with the pulse, just like we did in the warm-up. You can go ahead and get the timer ready. We have 4 different moves that we're going to be doing 2 times through. For 30 seconds, we start in 10. Keep that stance from our warm-up. Toes pointed out. Ready, we're going to squat and then pulse. And up, squat, and pulse. Very nice. You want to keep that core nice and tight. When you are squatting down, you want to make sure that you're feeling that in your inner thighs. Very nice. Down and pulse. Think of a string that's pulling you down. There you go. Almost there. We squat and pulse. Good. One more. All right. Shake those legs out. We're going into plie hold. So instead of the pulse going up and down, we're going to be in that plie position. We're going to squat down and we're going to hold that for 30 seconds. You have a few seconds left of your rest. Ready? Down and hold. Get nice and low. Think again like a string is pulling you straight down to the floor. Our chest is high. Knees and toes are pointed to the outside of the room. And we hold. Get as low as you can. You should feel that burn on the inside of your thighs. Good job. You are almost there. All the way through those feet. Perfect. Shake those legs out. From here, we're going into a curtsy lunge. So, you are going to be standing straight and forward. That leg is going to drop back, and we're going to alternate sides.
Time stops.
Our leg's going to kick behind as we lunge down. Try and get that knee to the ground. And we're going to alternate sides. Good job. You don't want to, or you don't need to swing that back leg super far behind. You can keep that knee pretty much right behind your front leg. Good job. If you've got those weights and you want to add some extra to this, go ahead and grab those dumbbells. Otherwise, body weight works. Good job. Our last move of this set are squat pulses. Simply in that squat position, and we're gonna pulse it out for 30 seconds. A few more seconds of rest. All right, squat pulses. Nice deep in that squat, chest stays high. Small little pulses. Good job. Keep that weight on the back, in the backs of your heels. We're not on our toes, holding forward. Good job. You're more than halfway there. Less than 10 seconds to go. Let's pulse it out. Small little pulses. Let's go. Good job. All the way through those beats. All right, shake it out. Back to the top. Doing that plie squat. Think of it like a sumo. Toes pointed out to the corners of the room. We're gonna squat and then pulse. Here we go. Last time with these, squat and pulse. Come up and squat and pulse. Good, again, this is the inner thighs getting work here. Keep that chest high. Again, if you need some extra, you can grab a dumbbell or both and hold it in front. Squat and pulse. Good. Squat and pulse. Good. Perfect. Shake those legs. Back to that plie hold. Instead of the up and down, we're going to be holding the down. Wider stance. Toes are out to the sides. Deep breath. All right, let's get to work. We hold right here. Nice and wide. How low can you go? Chest stays up. Looking forward. Toes out to the side. Very good. Try and get as deep as you can in that squat. You're almost there. Less than 10 seconds to go. Hold it, hold it, hold it. All the way through those beats. Let's go. Good job. All right, shake it out. Back to those curtsy lunges. If you want to grab those weights, keep the dumbbells at your sides. That back leg will go behind. Try and get that knee all the way to the ground. Alternating with each step. Here we go. Chest stays up. Good. Side to side. Very good. Remember you don't need that back leg to go super far. You could hurt or twist your knee that way. So I like to think about keeping it pretty much right behind my front leg. Good job. Awesome. All right, back to the squat hold. Or pulses, excuse me. Squat pulses. We're gonna have our chest high. Feet are about shoulder width apart. We're gonna sit in that squat and little pulses. Little movements up and down. Very good. Keep the weight in your back side. In those heels, we don't want to be folding forward. Good job. Look forward. Little pulse. Up and down movements. Your quads should be on fire. You should feel your glutes. Great job. We're almost there. All right. Shake that out. We're moving on to our upper body set. I'm going to reset the timer here. We've got, this time we have 2, 3, 4, 5 moves that we're going to be doing 2 times through. So, our first, this is where you're going to need your light set of dumbbells. So grab a sip of water at any point. Grab your lighter set of dumbbells. And we're starting with front arm raises. So with that, pretty simple. With your dumbbells, our arms are coming up in front of us. You're gonna have a slight bend in your elbows. Core stays tight as we bring those weights up and down. I will walk us through the moves as we go. So we start in 10. Grab those weights. Front arm raises. Here we go. We want to have our feet just about shoulder width apart. Your core stays nice and tight this whole time. Like I said, a slight bend in those elbows. We don't want to be swinging. If you're swinging those weights up forward, they're too heavy and you want to drop. Good job. The weights go about eye level, so we're not bringing them all the way up overhead. Very good. All the way through those feet. Good. From here, we're going to be doing those lateral raises. So instead of going forward in the front, we're going both arms out to the side. You can keep those same weights. If you were swinging too much, that means you should go down in weight. Ready? Looking forward. Again, that core is nice and engaged. That helps keep us stable and from moving. And we bring those arms out. At the same time, just getting about perpendicular with the floor or parallel. Good job. Up and down. Up and down. Good job. You're almost there. Great work. All right, from here, we are doing tricep kickbacks. So with that same set of dumbbells, we're going to have a bend in our hips. Our back stays nice and flat. We're going to kick those weights backwards. We're going to have, we don't need to bring them all the way forward, those weights. Ready? All the way back, and then you can stop right about your hips, about your sides. Good work. Bringing them back. Feel that squeeze in your tricep. Very good. You are more than halfway there. I tend to keep my neck nice and still and stable when I do these. It's so easy to tweak if your head is moving around. All right, from here we are doing just an overhead press. So with that set of dumbbells, at our shoulders, pressing up. Shake those arms out if you need to. We get started at the beat. Good, our feet are about shoulder width apart. We bring those weights about down to our ears, and then we press up. Good. So with bar work, it's nice little movements, little pulses, lighter weight, but it gives you such a good burn. Such a good workout to do on the go. If you don't have a lot of equipment or even a lot of space, this is a great one. Good job. All right, our last one is going to be, they are called bicep swimmers. So think of a bicep curl going up, and then we're going to go out, like a wide bicep curl, and then bring them back up and down. So almost like a circular movement. You want to keep those elbows nice and tight at your sides. Ready? Here we go. Up and out. Bringing them back up and down. So almost like a regular bicep curl down to a wide bicep curl. Back up and down. Good. There you are. Up and down. So regular and wide. Keep that core nice and tight. Keep those elbows as glued to your sides as possible. Great work. All right, back to the top. We're doing those front arm raises. That is bringing them straight up in front. Slight bend in those elbows. Keeping those weights or getting them up about eye level. Here we go. Ready? Up and down. Keep that core nice and tight. You can even squeeze those booty cheeks. Helps keep you stable as you lift those weights forward. All the way to the front, about eye level, and bring them down. Nice and controlled movement. Good work. Almost there. Down and up. Ready? All the way through those weights. Let's go. Perfect. All right, lateral raises. So side to side, bringing those weights out. job today. I love these. I love the 20-minute style workouts. So good for us, especially busy with so many things to do. Bring those legs out. There's no excuse that we can't fit this in. Good job. Bring them out and back down. Core stays tight. We're looking forward. Good work. Almost there. Bring them up and back down to your side. Good job. All the way through. Do one more. Perfect. All right, into those tricep kickbacks. So we're hinging forward at our hips. Again, neck and keep your face to stay nice and straight. Bringing those weights back. And again, you don't have to bring them all the way forward. That's giving you extra work there. Take them back. Feel that squeeze in your tricep. Same thing, you don't want to be swinging those weights back. You want to have a nice controlled movement. Squeezing those triceps as you kick back. Good job. Keeping that hinge forward. Almost there. Keep going. Give me one more. Good job. All right, overhead press. Again, those weights are at our shoulders as we press up, bringing them down about to your ears and back up again. Start in 3. Weights up, feet are about shoulder width apart as we press up and down. Good work. Again, our core stays engaged this whole time. So you're getting extra core work as you're doing your upper body sets here. Squeeze those abs. Helps keep you stable, nice and straight. Good work. Weights come down, like I said, about your ear level, and then press all the way up. Full extension. Good job. All right, last time with these bicep swimmers. We curl up and out, then back up. Up on the wide bicep curl and down. Last time here. Here we go. Curl up and then into that wide bicep curl, back up and down. Good job. Remember to keep those elbows as close to your sides. We don't want our arms squiggly all around. This is a nice controlled movement as we go with the wide bicep curl and down to that regular curl. Good job. Good work. All right, our last set is with core work. Let me get the timer going. 30 seconds of work here. We have, first thing is plank hip drops. So we're going to be in that plank position and dropping, and you can do this either on your hands or on your elbows, and we're dropping side to side, bringing that hip as low to the ground as you can. That's our first move. We have 2 others I will walk through. But we are first going to get started with that in 10. Go ahead and get in your plank position. There we go. And we're dropping side to side, bringing those hips down to the ground. Good work. Down and up. Down and back into that regular plank. Side to side, dropping those hips. Good job. Almost there. All right. Our next move is going to be this bird dog with the ball. If you are able, we're going to squeeze that ball on one side. If you have a pillow, go ahead and use that. We're going to extend that opposite arm and bring it through. If you don't have a ball, you can do it without. Just like that. Okay. Ready? Extend out, and then we're going to crunch in. So opposite elbow to that knee, and then we'll switch halfway. Good job. If you don't have anything to squeeze, just extend that leg out and bring it in. Switch sides. Here we go. Extend out and bring it in. Good job. All the way through. Good job. All right. Next is our single leg hip thrust. If you have a step, this is where you want to have your shoulder blades up a little bit higher. So the step would be right behind. We're going to just do it on the ground, figure 4 position. So we're crossing one leg over, and we're going to basically thrust our hips up, and then we can switch halfway with the opposite leg up. So almost like a glute bridge as we press up through those heels. Single leg, good job. We'll switch sides in 3, 2, 1. Opposite leg crosses over, pressing up through those heels. Good job. Down and up. Nice squeeze. Good job. All right, back to the top with those plank hip drops. So we're back in that plank position. Last time here, dropping those hips side to side. Try and get as low to the ground with your hips as you can while controlling our plank position. We don't want to fall out of it. If that gets too difficult, I want you to just hold your plank. Try and hold that plank for that full 30 seconds. Here we go. We drop, opposite side goes down. Twist and drop, good. Way to work, you're almost done with this move. Side to side, we drop those hips. Yeah, less than 10 seconds left. Down. Good. Back center. Good. Grab that ball or pillow. Last time here with the bird dog. We squeeze it. We're going to extend all the way out and crunch in. Try and get that elbow to your knee. We start in 3, 2, extend out, and bring it in. Good job. All the way out, reach, and crunch it in. Keep that ball squeezing in between your legs. And switch sides. Opposite leg holds that squeeze. Extend out. Bring it in. Great job. Try and get that elbow to your knee. Good job, you're almost there. All right. And then our last move, our last 30 seconds of work with our single leg hip thrust. Cross that leg over in that figure 4. Bring that heel in as close to your bottom as possible. And on the beat, we squeeze up and down. Here we go. Up and down. Squeeze up and down. Up and down. Squeeze. Good. Give me 2 more here. We switch sides. There's 2. All right. Opposite leg. Crosses over as we press up and squeeze. And squeeze. Good job. Down and up. Down and up. Good job. That is all she wrote for today, ladies and gentlemen. This is our Shred 20 program. 20 minutes of great work. Let's do a quick stretch. You're gonna bring one arm across. And then opposite side. Good job today. I hope you enjoyed this. This is, like I said, it's a great program that you can take anywhere you go, especially for all of us that are traveling and busy during these summer months. So great job today. We're gonna walk it out Give me that downward dog. We're gonna pedal out our feet, and then we're gonna bring one leg forward and just slowly fold down over in that pigeon stretch. Feel that nice deep stretch. And then opposite side comes forward as you fold over. With every exhale, fall a little bit deeper into your stretch. Get your heart rate down. Good job. Way to work today. So happy you joined us. We hope you enjoyed this Barre program, and we'll see you next time. Take care.